everybody. Oh, thank you all for coming. I was going to wear this, but it's too small, but I want to show it to you. I love it so much. I thought it would really be silly if I wore it, but...
Can I wear it? Yes!
One of these days I'll get it again. If I come back again in 3. And this also I was going to wear, but I'm not. Okay, enough for the clothing that I'm not wearing. I just wanted to tell you, I'm not going to take the whole half hour tonight. I'm sharing the stage with my partner in crime, Chris Hallinger, who has written 2 books called Life on Earth, and he's going to be reading a little bit from one of them, or maybe both. And he also plays the piano a lot and writes his own, and he's going to be playing a couple of selections. And I also invited people. I've given this out a lot. If there's anybody who wants it after I finish reading, would like to read my mother's poetry, or have extra copies, and you can each have one, whoever wants one. And so some people have read them before and I've asked them if they would like to come up and perform their favorites, and they will. 2 people so far have told me. Jacqueline Signori's coming and David Matt are going to perform their favorites, and a couple of other people have told me the ones they like the best and suggested which ones I should read, because I love them all and it's hard for me to decide. So that's what the show is going to be. Boys and girls, men and women, everybody. Anyway, I guess I should start by, there's one that's not in this book that I really like, and it's a good introduction. It's called Poets, and they're all by my mother, Ethel Olicker, who passed away about 1.5 years ago, but left me with this, her mind and her spirit and her words and her heart, and you can all have it. So there's a picture of her on the inside cover, if anybody wants to look at that. I'll give you one. Anyway, okay, so here's the first poem. It's called Poets. It's not in there. Poets. Into our minds, we bid you welcome. Our spirits are open to share. Even if no one looks or listens, we toss ourselves out in the air. So many good ones in here. It's hard to choose, but I took a few. Let's see. Oh, here's one that Tony LaBelle suggested. It's called So You Come Along to the Belong. So you get started, and you go on, and you get bigger, and you go on, and you get better, and you go on, and one day you're there. Then one day you're where? Then one day you're there. You've arrived. Slap 5, look alive, kids and wives. And you keep on and you keep on and you think on. Here, but why? Live to die? By and by? Truth or lie? And you slow down and you shrink down and you feel down till you fall down. Goodbye. Oh, this one I just love. Oh, God, I love this one. It's called Do Not Cry. She's talking to her child. Do not cry, my darling. It will not last. What makes you tear and tremble has already passed. You'll grow up to greater hurts than this. And where will be your mother then with her quick and healing kiss? It's not like don't worry, it's like it's going to get worse and I'm not going to be around to help you out. So that's my mother. I just love her. Okay. Where will be your mother then? Okay. She's still here. She's in every single person that's hearing her words. To me, that's what it is. Oh, here's one. Somebody said they liked this, so I'm going to read it. It's called All Love. Come, kiss me quick in the cornfield. Hurry, the kernels are ripe. The tassels are waving so green in the wind, and the field hands are in for the noon, the noon. The field hands are in for the noon. Come, let me love you so warm in the sun. See the bright clouds from here. I love you, I love you, I love you, my dear. I'll never forget us this day, this day. I'll never forget us this day. I guess that was my father. Oh, maybe I should introduce David Matt. Jacqueline Sigourney. Jacqueline, are you here? Yes. Because she's going to read one on this page called Sybarites. But while she's coming up, I'll keep reading because you shouldn't have to wait. While there's poems to be read. Oh, there's a beautiful one that I love. Okay. Oh, this is a fun one. A secret kept is static, echoless, entombed, as if forgotten. A secret shared is highly savored. A secret shared is highly savored. The secret is for sharing. The proviso, tell no one, blooms, as one tells two and two tells on. What sharpest shock, what unexpected blow, because a friend who did betray this now guilty confidence. So many secrets had been bruited round an intimate circle in low-modulated, busy conferences, each repository opening once to a select party. Secret, having made its rounds, rests, its pilgrimage complete, all of us concealing the knowing. One parvenu, and I actually don't know what that means, I'll have to look it up. One parvenu, violator of an unwritten law, took the secret up, raced it back to source, confronting, judging, denigrating. Oh, dumbfounded embarrassment, consternation. Who told? You told? My fault. My sin, too. I cannot meet I. Voices falter, cease. The once warm circle dissolved. The pilgrim path where once a secret made its orderly round in mannerly procession, torn up, wrecked, even now a bruising memory. But are secrets still shared? Have you ever told one? Whence that primitive pleasure in passing a secret on?
Oh, yeah.
Jacqueline, are you here? Okay, yep. We're on the libido page, and Jacqueline is going to read one from there.
You're short. Yes, I like this one because I used to live in New York City. Sabirites. Oh, let my glance slide out to you, and yours slide in on me. On mine, sorry. Sabirites, voluptuous, pass by on subway lines.
How many people were here the last time I did this at open mic? I never had this. Nobody. Good. Or one, two. All right. Well, I'm going to repeat one. If I can find it. But in the meantime, is David here? David, okay. David's going to read one. Why don't you want to come and read the one? David's going to read it.
This is from Ethel's spiritual stage. It's called Soul. Dear soul, passing through, donning flesh, loved and loving intermeshed. The roadway bending, journey's ending, soul disrobes and passes on.
Okay. I'll read you one I wrote. I only wrote one, and my mother put it in here. So, and I have to introduce it a little. Ninja was my cat, and you know what Quaaludes were? Quaaludes? It was a recreational chemical, muscle relaxant kind of thing. I never used them, but I knew what they were, and I used them in the poem. I used the words. So, okay. No, I really didn't. I would have. I just never, it was too late. By the time they came out, I was past that stage. Okay. It's called Absolution. When Ninja sits quaaludin on my chest and melts on me like butter into toast, and when she needs, oh, gentle rhythm, slightly clawed, then all the children I never bore wrap their little hands around my heart, and squeezing in her rhythm, they forgive me. I think now I'm going to take a little break and I'm going to let Chris Hallinger comment. I don't know if you want to play the piano and then read.
You can read it instead.
Okay. Okay. But you will play the piano too?
Yeah.
Okay.
You want me to write more poetry? That would be
Oh, that would be Diane Frank's class. Can you, what is your little music?
Okay. Wrote 2 books, Life on Earth, and then I just came out with Life on Earth 2. John Shermer, local artist, did the cover on both of them. This one's called Istanbul. Carol and I went to Istanbul once for a short visit. We saw the Blue Mosque and other famous tourist sites. I was expecting Istanbul to be really exotic, like the back of a Camel cigarette pack. But it was a city with lots of cars and trucks and a couple million stray cats. There were loudspeakers that blasted out the call to prayer every day. Late one night, I decided to go out by myself for a bite to eat and a short stroll. Carol stayed in the hotel. I put a few lira in my pocket, enough for a snack from a food stand. On the way, I passed a friendly guy sitting in a parked car, and he started up a conversation. He said he was from Crete. Then he said he would join me in my quest for a bite to eat. Hop in my car, he said. I know some places right up ahead. Then I got in his car. Okay, that was really dumb. Carol said later she thought it was beyond dumb, something even somebody in a coma wouldn't have done. It was definitely up there in the top 5 stupid things I ever did in my life. The rest of the top 5 are 1958, I jumped off the back of a speeding bike on Walt Lane.
Yeah.
Number 1959, stepped in front of a guy chopping dirt with a hatchet. 1970, signed up for a German class at NYU. In 1997, bought a rooming house in Iowa. We drove past the food stands and kept going. Soon we were in some whole other part of Istanbul, and he didn't seem to be stopping. We might have crossed over into Asia. I figured that whatever was happening couldn't be good. Should I jump out? Should I yell, beg, or cry? I decided to go into a numb, victimized state of consciousness. The odds of coming back in one piece were slim. It could be all over, or curtains, as Jimmy Cagney and Martha Stewart would say. I thought about my house in Iowa and my cat Fluffy. Maybe I would never see her again. What made that really poignant was I realized Fluffy probably didn't care that much one way or the other, as long as someone kept feeding her. We drove into the middle of a soccer riot. People were hanging onto the sides of trucks, smashing things and fighting the riot police. The Istanbul soccer team is famous for having some of the world's rowdiest fans, and they were all out doing their thing. We parked in the heart of the riot, and the guy told me to follow him. We went to a little sandwich shop where I got a sandwich and a soda. I would give that meal 4 stars out of a possible 100. Then we walked around the corner and into a little bar. We went into the back room and sat down. I'm not much of a drinker, but the guy insisted, so we got 2 beers. Now what? Then 2 young ladies appeared and made themselves at home right next to us. The one next to me seemed really interested in me. She wanted to know where I was from, what I do, how I liked Istanbul, how long I was going to stay, and what was new. I told her, I said Iowa, not much, okay I guess, couple days, and not much. She was amazed and amused by each answer. as if the first one was incredible and they just got better from there. Apparently, I was about the most fantastic human she had ever counted on the face of the earth. Finally, here was someone who really got me. We were chatting away like old friends when the waiter walked up and said in a serious voice, "So what are you getting for your date?" Everyone was looking at me. Time stood still. The jukebox stopped playing. Outside, the rioters and the police stopped punching each other. It was perfectly quiet and still. Nothing, I said. The waiter leaned over to make himself heard and said in all capital letters, "Seriously, what are you getting for your date?" Clearly, somebody along the way should have asked me about my cash situation. They were assuming I was somebody else, namely a guy with money. I had 15 lira in my pocket, which is probably around $10, mixed in with some lint, and that was all. "Nothing," I said in a small voice, as tiny as possible. It could still be considered a voice. "I'm not buying her anything." There was an audible sigh in the room, like the sound that a rubber raft makes at the beach at the end of the day when it's time to go home and you open up that valve and let the air out. Time started back up again right where it had left off. The jukebox came back to life. The waiter turned on his heel and walked off, muttering Turkish oaths. The two ladies got up in unison like there were springs in their seats and walked off without so much as a backward glance. Clearly the honeymoon was over and the fascination was gone. It's amazing what a few sentences can do to a relationship. My buddy suggested that I walk back to the hotel. On the way out the door, the waiter took all my money. He said I owed it to him for the glass of beer. Even though it was midnight and I was lost and broke, I was happy. I wasn't going to be killed, kidnapped, slugged, slapped, or sold into slavery. Someone helped me get a cab and I made it to the hotel. Carol woke up and paid the fare. She thought I was the biggest idiot on 2 continents and maybe the whole planet. She was right. This was my big night out in Istanbul. The end. Questions for review. Why do you think the author got in that car? Does he have any brains, or does he store old Brillo pads in his head? 2, do you think that the man in the car really was from Crete? What mysterious power did he have over the author? 3, what do you think of the character Fluffy the cat in this story? The author doesn't give her much credit for loyalty. Was he exaggerating? 4, the author always seems to be looking for sandwiches. Are they symbolic of something else, such as happiness or enlightenment? Or are they just sandwiches? And 5, where is Crete anyway? That's the story. So do one song again.
Are you going to be singing?
No, just
No, instrumental.
These are his own songs that he writes. wanted to make cakes, and those of you who got here early enough to get some know how fantastic she is, and it was a banana cake and a raisin cake, and I'm sorry if anybody got here too late for it, but okay, so she asked me to read this one, but I can't find it. Cornucopia. Do you know what? Oh, she told me it was page 32, I believe. Let's see. Oh, it's called Horn of Plenty. As words of song the whole day long come tumbling forth from me, I've never felt before so much like a cornucopia. It should be pronounced copai, I guess. Cornucopia. Oh, let me read you one of poetry. I love this. It's called Universal Kind. Speak to me in poetry. I will reply in kind. We'll lift above the gravity of the daily dulling grind. We'll tell our truths in rhythm that sifts the falsehoods out. There's something in it given to put the dross to rout. So you wing your words with poetry, I'll feather mine with rhyme, in affirmation utterly of a universal kind. I love that. And here's one more about poetry. It's called Catharsis. When with turbulent emotion and a serious unrest, from my slumber couch I waken and disturbance round me press. I pour my thoughts upon the page, but discipline the flow. What rhythm, find rhyme, speak pointed thought, and lo, though last in rank a poet I, and gone is woe. Okay, and I promise this last one because it's late. Razzmatazz. Cast reflection aside and philosophy. Leave cerebellum and cerebrum home with the babysitter. Get out of your tomb before they cover you. Let the music flow through the reed, through you. Let the blood sing and the muscles jump. Be the taut skin stretched over the drum. And when the stick strikes down, oh brother, oh sister, gyrate, vibrate, get together and undulate. Flaming jazz, a razzmatazz, back to the primitive, descent unlimited. Leap down, run down, slide down, be down, low down, deep down, way down, really down. Down and out we go. Feet are slow, brain is numb, tongue is dumb, curl and fold. Gee, it's cold. My, I'm old. Stories told. Home, home, pay the babysitter, crawl back into your rut, pull up your philosophy, and go to sleep.
Yeah.
So, if anybody would like more of her, I have copies and they're free, and if anybody wants one, I'm delighted to give them to you because she lives in this. She lives in this.
Very good.
Okay, so thank you all. Thank you all for being here. Thank you.
Elmker Olicker. Thank you all for coming.
Happy birthday
To you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Carol. Happy birthday to you.